Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be ranking the top 10 best warriors of our server. Starting off the list at number 10 is Max. Max is a really fun hero to play because of his ability to chase down heroes anywhere on the map with his ultimate. He is also one of the heroes who have a lot of passive abilities. Whenever Max deals any kind of damage to an enemy hero, the opponent will be marked with a lightning bolt on top of their HP bar and they will take true damage as burn damage over time. His second ability grants him damage reduction for 3 seconds and this helps a lot in team fights to make him last longer. Max is a really good counter to heroes who are highly dependent on their lifesteal because Max's passive will reduce the lifesteal of the enemy heroes when they are hit by him. His ult also grants vision on all the enemies to his entire team. Thus, he is a really good warrior and he ends up at number 10 in our list. Coming in at number 9 is lstrid the Indomitable. Thanks to her passive, lstrid can keep fighting forever in a team fight. She has good AoE damage abilities and also an ultimate which grants her 1.5 seconds of complete immunity to all damage and crowd control. Thanks to her passive and ultimate, lstrid can always initiate a team fight easily. She can absorb all the important damage dealt by the opponent with her ult and then keep fighting with her passive shield and thus being a great initiator for her team. She also has a decent amount of mobility to keep catching up with her enemies who are trying to run away from her, thus making her a very good warrior, and that's why she is number 9 in our list. Next up is Imily the Crusher. Imily is exceptionally good at fighting her opponents one-on-one thanks to her passive. She also has a decent amount of lifesteal which helps her stay longer in a team fight. She is really good in the Slayer lane thanks to her passive which gives us 1% of her HP and mana every second after she exits a team fight. Her ult also enhances her other abilities and helps her deal tons of damage in a fight. Thus, Imily ends up in our list at number 8. Number 7. Superman. Superman is one of the hardest heroes in the game and is also really a lot of fun to play with. He is personally my most favorite hero in the game. Superman has been hit by a lot of nerfs ever since he got released when he was overpowered, but even now he is really viable. He is really great at disrupting team fights by pushing enemies away from your team so that your team can escape, or into your team so that your team can finish them off. He is the fastest hero in the game with a very high mobility which allows him to roam easily across the map and have potential ganks on other lanes. Using his S1, he can almost one-shot any squishy on the late game. Thus, he is at number 7 in our list. Coming in at number 6 is Lubu, the Great Warlord. Lubu is one of the most underrated heroes in the game who is actually a really good warrior. Lubu excels both in team fights and in solo fights thanks to his ultimate which grants him lifesteal and also increases his CC immunity by 30%. He also has 3 dashes using his S1 with which he can keep up with running enemies and finish them off. Now, stepping into the top 5 best warriors in the game, the list opens up with Varus, the Thorn. Varus is a mid-range hero with a lot of lifesteal and CC immunity. She is relatively harder to use than most of the other heroes in the list. Varus deals consistent damage in team fights, making it really hard to kill her due to the lifesteal from her passive and CC immunity. When Varus lands her ult on an enemy, it boosts her stats significantly. She also deals additional true damage equal to the HP lost by the opponent on whom she ults. She herself has a good amount of CC with her S1 and S2. Thus, she has made it in the list in the top 5. Coming in at number 4 is Wonder Woman. All the DC Comics characters in the game are really strong, and Wonder Woman is one of the best. She deals huge amounts of damage with her S1, and when her S1 shield hits an enemy, it also grants her damage reduction, thereby making her fight much longer in team fights than most of the heroes. She can use the lasso of truth to pull enemies into her or pull herself at the enemy and engage a fight. She can use her ultimate to gain lots of damage reduction when she enters a team fight and also stun all the enemies in front of her and give her allies a shield. Thus, Wonder Woman is comfortably placed at number 4 in our list. Coming in at number 3 is Omen, the Insatiable. Omen is one of the most feared heroes in the game due to his 5-second lock on any heroes using his ultimate. Omen excels in 1v1 combat and also in team fights. You can use him to soak up high burst damage from the opponents. His second ability grants him 70% damage reduction for 2 seconds, which is really huge. He can also destroy tanks and towers due to his true damage. That is why he is number 3 in our list. Coming in at number 2 is Riktor, the Imbued. Riktor is a terrain dependent hero who walks very fast in the river, making him an absolute beast for ganking. Whenever he camps in a brush, nobody dares go anywhere near the brush. His ult, dealing true damage along with 2 knockups from the first ability, is very hard to escape for most of the heroes, and squishies get automatically one-shot by him. He has also got 3 seconds of immunity with his second ability. As most of you probably know by now, the number 1 spot goes to Florentino, the Gentle Blade. One of the most broken heroes, if not the most broken hero ever released in the game, is Florentino. His ability to deal percentage-wise true damage using his S2 is really insane. The only downside is it is really hard to play Florentino, but once you get a hold of it, you can literally beat anybody in the game. When Florentino engages a team fight and successfully lands his ult and his S1, the team fight is already won by the team of Florentino. Thus he takes his spot at number 1 in our list. That's it for the video guys. Let me know which top 10 list you want to see next.